So I'm getting they felt empty without your love, and yet still they want to fill your cup. That's sweet. This is someone who has like this selfless way about them, but I don't think you're going to take advantage of it, of this way that they have. But when they love someone, they really put their all into it because they care. So they care about you very much, to where, you know that saying, I'll take the shirt off my back, like to help someone, like, so I'll take from me to give to you. It's very kind, it's very sweet, it's very gentle, very considerate. Okay, so these are the qualities that this person has. Hi, I'm Mystic Alchemy. Thank you for being here. If you would like to book a coaching call with me or a reading, you can. Just go visit www.milkhoneyrose.org and you could do so there. I also wrote a book today, and it's a shorter book than what I'm used to writing. It's about 10 pages, right? So it's basically a message to you all about those individuals that just aren't meant to be in your life anymore. So it's time to, like, do away with them, because you deserve the destiny that God has for you. And when you have people that stay in your life that are no longer supposed to be there, it's either you forfeit your blessings, or, well, many things could happen. But the first thing that came to my mind is you forfeit the blessings that are meant for you, because it's like they're stored up for you to protect them. Spirit will store them away for you to hold them as long as possible. But sometimes the longer it takes for you to get it right, the more things change. And then instead of the blessing that you were meant to have, they have to redo something to make it different. Like, things just have to keep going because we're in a changing world. Okay. So there's a reason when it's time for people to go. There's reason. So do your best not to resist when it's time for someone to go. Okay. So this person, they love you very much because they're just very willing to be there for you in such a way to where they almost will forget about themselves. And this is someone that they shouldn't be with someone, or they're not meant to be with someone who takes advantage of people, because this is someone who will get their heart broken. They have to be with someone who is of purity as they are. Because if they end up with someone who's cold-hearted and selfish, they'll end up suffering from being with someone like that. Because this person is so kind and they love to be that way. So they have to learn the lesson. You know what the lesson is? The lesson is, if whoever they're with does not match that, then they can't tap that. Okay? So as soon as they learn that lesson, they will be mindful of who they give themselves to, because they don't have time for the nonsense. Nonsensical behaviors and activities are never acceptable. You see? However, with you, I'm not getting that energy with you. I'm getting this energy where I feel as though they feel like they could love you. They look at you like, oh, I could love you. You look like I could love you. Let me see. Let me look closer. You look like I could love you. Yeah. They look at you and they say, yeah. So they feel like they could truly love you, and they don't have to like worry about being, like subtle manipulation. I just heard. Like someone trying to use their charm against them in such a way to where they'll just blatantly lie and act like something is something else when it's actually not. People that have a tendency to do that, just straight up be lying about every little thing to the point where you can't believe anything that they say. I feel as though this person has dealt with that before, and it really did affect them, because when they love hard. So to love so hard and then have people mistreat you, it's like one of the worst things I think that anybody could go through, especially when your heart is pure. Then you have to learn to vet people at that point before you let them get too close, because people are not always approaching relationships with good intention. Oh my goodness, I was watching this. Sometimes I watch reaction videos about like societal issues, and there's been so much about relationships and how women are treating men, and then this whole thing about 304s. I didn't even know what that was. I really be feeling like I'd be under a rock somewhere. I was, you know, when I just thought about it, I had an idea that it had something to do with like promiscuity, but I wasn't sure. But when I heard it, it was like, it was sad though, because there was these men that really want to be in a relationship, and they were sweet, because many times women just think all men are horrible, but that's not true. Just like all women are not horrible. But these particular men, like the stories were crazy. The first one, he barely told the whole story, or maybe I didn't hear the first part. But he wanted to surprise this girl that he was interested in, but I feel like this was his first time meeting her. I don't feel like, from what it sounded like, that was like the first meetup. And he said he spent a lot of money on decorating the hotel room. So he had balloons everywhere, roses and confetti, candles lit up all up down the hallway into the bathroom. It was very cute, a big teddy bear. And the girl didn't show up, and he said he spent so much money. He said, now I gotta clean this up because she's not coming. And on a wall with balloons, and you know balloons are expensive nowadays. They be like $20 for each balloon sometime nowadays, you know, especially the big ones. But it said, will you be my girlfriend? Like, so cute. He just really took all his time to do that. The girl didn't even show up. I was like, oh my gosh. I felt, he was sweet. You could tell he was like really trying to do a thing. You know, he was trying to impress the girl and show her that he cares, and she just didn't even show up. Didn't call, no nothing. Like, this is what these girls be doing to the people now. I don't even know. So it's like, many people say that there's no good people out there, but that's not true. And then to watch that and see that, and then stuff like that will turn someone cold, and then they don't want to be nice anymore because they are scared, afraid to be kind, because people like that doing stuff like that to people. Now the next dude, he said he met some girl on Instagram, and he was hitting her up and DMing her for a while, right? And then she finally responded, and they made a date to go somewhere. I forget where. I think to some restaurant or something. So he was waiting, and she didn't come, and he was waiting for her like 45 minutes. So she was late. Oh, but prior to that, okay, so they were supposed to go on a date. Okay, so the same day they were supposed to go on a date. Before they went on a date, she called him, and she was like, I need to get my hair done. Can you send me some money? Mind you, he never seen this girl before in person. She asked her for $275. And he was like, all right, he sent it to her. And then she said she got to the hairdresser late, and there's a $50 fee, a late fee. She called him and told him he sent her the $50 late fee. And I'm like, I already was feeling like, I'm not sure about this one, right? So back to him waiting 45 minutes for her. It was about 45 minutes to an hour. He thought she wasn't going to show up, so he left. As soon as he get a little bit down the block, she calls and she's like, I'm here. And she was complaining. She was like, that's why I don't be letting people take me out on dates, because I'm here and you're not. But she was so late. She never like apologized for being, it's just real stank. Like the attitude was just like, you really, like, this is what's be going on. I know y'all be seeing it too, but just to hear it, like hear people's stories, it be hitting different, because I don't know. And then when I know, it's like, oh my gosh, this was going on. What's wrong with the people? This is why this world is chaotic, because people do these things. Now it got worse for homie. It got worse for bro. Okay. And it was like everything he said out of his mouth, every moment was worse than the last. So then he goes back to the restaurant and they taking shots, he said. Then she saw a couple of dudes that she knew. She's like, oh, hey, and called them over and said, come have shots with me or with us. And he said, I was looking like, who's supposed to pay for this? Long story short, he ended up paying $150 just for shots, no food. And he paid for the random dudes that rolled up, talking about, well, she offered for them to get shots and he paid for it. Then they left from there. They went to the bowling alley. He said he ordered one of them drinks. I don't know, it was a bottle of something. But once the bottle came, she said, I don't like that. I don't want that. Whatever he got, she said, I don't like that. I don't want that. I want Don Julio. She said, I want that. And then he was like, oh, okay. So, and she was complaining about bowling because she said it was making her nails hurt. And she was like, she want a drink. His friend was there. And the friend had Don Julio. She had a couple of drinks from him, but then it was all gone, and she said she wanted more. So he went to the bar and was like, you have Don Julio? And said, yeah. They overpriced him crazy and said it was like $250 for a bottle of Don Julio. And what he do? He bought it. She drank the whole bottle by herself. I said, what? That's crazy. Drank the whole bottle by herself. Then he went to the bathroom, came back out. She was gone. He said, where'd she go? He asked his friend, where'd Shorty go? And he was like, oh, I don't know. I saw her leave out the door, I think. He went outside. She's down the block. And he's like, where you going? What happened? And then they got closer to each other. And she was like, I'm better than this. I'm going home. And he was like, nah. He was like, he said, I spent all this money. You're not going to come home with me? Like, and but he didn't say it like that. He was trying to smooth it out. But as he was explaining, he was trying to take her down. Okay. Now, she was like, no, I'm going to go home. She didn't go back to his house with him. He spent like $1,000 on that girl, and she played him all night. And I'm like, oh my gosh. She just kept on, and she didn't care about him, not even a little bit. She didn't even say bye to him. She didn't even respect him enough to apologize for being late. Like, you know, it was just the energy. Like, this is the problem. So just make sure that in all you do, you don't end up with somebody like that. All the red flags, he ignored them because he wanted what he wanted. He was thinking about the end of the night. He was trying to catch the home run. Okay. And at the end of the night, all he did was run down the block to go see where she was going. Okay. And she was going home. So I guess that was the home run. It's just like, damn. Look, this is what's wrong. But this person that I'm talking about here, now I'm off that topic, but I just felt like I wanted to share that because I find these things interesting because I don't really be knowing what be happening outside with these people, because I don't have friends like that. I don't have people that do that around me. So I don't really see these things. Like, I know it happens, but I'm not around that. So to hear it and see it, and then see the good men trying to like do a thing and then getting played. And I know women get played too, But it's just different hearing it from a man's perspective. Yeah. But this person here, see, they're that type of person, that good man or good woman. This is like a good person that is genuine. And see, that last one that spent $1,000 on this girl and she didn't care about him, not even a little bit. He had said at the end of his story, after he explained, he had said, well, he started it saying, I'm never gonna take a girl out on a date again. Then he told the story, and at the end he said, that's why I'm never gonna take a girl out on a date again. And so this girl that was only worried about getting drunk, that's all she wanted, was for him to feed her and get her drunk. That's all it was. That's all she wanted. She didn't care about anything else. It was no conversation, really. She just complained when she opened her mouth. It's like everything she said from what he explained, it was a complaint. And it's like, you didn't really want to get to know this person. You was trying to see what you could do, what you could get, and how you can get it, and then leave. And that's what she did. So this person is wait, I wanted to finish that. Something I wanted to say. Oh, so that situation has stopped him from wanting to take any other person out on a date. And that's sad, because now if there's someone that actually does match him, he'll be in that mindset, because he's traumatized now from that experience, which I understand, because that's a lot. But he should have said no. He should have checked it. He needed, in the attitude and all that, like, she had an attitude. She wasn't even like pleasurable to be around. He kind of just was doing and buying anything she said she wanted, but she didn't even deserve that. Her energy was bad, and he just was like, okay, because he was thinking so much about the end of the night that he wasn't being mindful about what was really happening to him. So just in case, don't let that happen to you. Okay, if you feel like somebody's trying to play you, if you feel like somebody's acting funny, cut it short and just be honest. Like, I'm really not feeling you right now, because I feel like you have an attitude, and I don't think you really want to enjoy the night with me. I think you want what you can get from me. Hey, let's be real about this, instead of just dealing with that. That's what we can't do, just allow stuff like that to happen and don't say anything. It's like, why do that to yourself when you don't have to? See, that's one of those people that have to go. See, this is a perfect example of the reason why you should purchase the book, because it is available, and I'll put it in this video in the beginning. You should have seen it already, actually, because I'm going to put it where I spoke of it initially. And it will be below this video. You can find it in my Fourth Wall store. It's also going to be on my other website, www.MNHONEYROSE.org. All right, so be mindful of how you treat people, because when you mistreat people, karma does roll back around. But for that's for those who are in the same energy that girl was in. So be mindful, because what you put out, you get back. And however, majority of you, I don't feel like you're in that energy, which that's a good thing, because that's a part of the reason why the world is in disarray, because people like that, and why there's like an ongoing feud. And now he has the people that go through the mistreatment have a bad taste in their mouth, and they hold on to it because they're afraid of being played again. And then for an extended period of time, they have a perception of dating in a very bad light now. It's just not good, because of the situation. It tainted them, so they don't even feel open enough to give someone else a chance. But what I really think it's about is making sure you talk and discuss things first, and see where somebody's head is at. That's why it's so important to communicate. But people be so into their flesh that they don't communicate that much. So if you want happiness and you don't want to be stressed out, communicate, ask questions, see what the person is about. Ask them, are you someone who actually wants a relationship, or like what's going on with you? Like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for the same thing I'm looking for? You know? Because if she was someone who was worth dating or making it official with, he really liked her. He probably would have wanted her to be with him, but she had no intentions from the beginning. So if he had asked enough questions instead of just thinking about taking her drawers off, taking her panties down, then he could have saved himself a lot of trouble. But people have trouble thinking beyond the panty snatching. Yeah, that's how it goes. But anyway, I think that's it for this message. And so this person really does have love to give, and they just want to give their love to someone who's going to give it back, which is not that much to ask for. Everything you do, do it with love. I'll see you in the next message.